Yeah, I think they're looking through it today. Obviously, he's a bit shattered, Murph, that he's copped the week, and I thought it was a pretty good tackle, but obviously we've got to protect the head, and there's all these protocols in place. But I'm sure that he'll work through what that looks like and what our chances are, whether we challenge or not.
Still a bit of a grey area for players, so maybe everyone sort of very still a bit of doubt about that sort of incident.
Yeah, I think so. There is. I thought it was a good tackle at the time during the game. As you say, there's been a few incidences where it's a bit hard to judge, but as I said, we do have to protect the head. You don't want guys getting knocked out and sling tackles, those sort of things, but at the same time, we still want that physicality, and as I said, I thought it was a pretty good tackle.
Has there been an adjustment, though, in terms of your training, so that slinging to the ground action has been carefully policed during training?
Yeah, there is. Obviously, we don't want to hurt each other at training for sure, but we have done a lot of work around how we tackle and what it looks like now, and obviously with the change in the holding the ball as well that's come in this week, about how we protect ourselves in the tackle as well. So obviously if we can pin the arms and try and hold the ball in, that works best for us, and that's what we work on pretty hardly at training.
That's well. Obviously a tough start, how would you describe them now?
It's pretty good. I think the coaches have been really good at keeping us positive, and clearly we're not playing at the level we want to, but it's not a case of us getting slammed, of doing things wrong. It's more of, this is what we're working towards, this is how we're getting better. We've had some really good chats with players of how many extras can we do, where can we find time to improve and do more. So we've been in a really good headspace. I think the hub was good for us in that space to stay together, work together. But yeah, obviously it's tough. It's 0 and 5 is not where you want to be, but we're finding ways to chip away and get better and better each week, and for us that's the most important thing at the moment.
What are some of those things that you maybe look like? I know you guys always talk about the process rather than the results, but can you drill down on that?
Yeah, so contest was a big focus the last couple of weeks. Obviously an area we were getting beaten in, and we were able to win that on the weekend, and a little bit about our detail around stoppage as well, making sure we're in the right positions at all times, so we can obviously have the best chance of success at a stoppage there. So we thought we did that really well on the weekend, so that was a tick for us there. And then away from the stoppage, obviously our transition and then our skills, our fundamentals were really poor on the weekend. So we'll keep working on contest, but it's pretty clear that we need to work on kicking and hitting targets this week.
Riley talked about game plan and adapting to what is a major change. Is that still a confusing point for guys not knowing where they're supposed to be?
No, it's pretty clear, but we are falling away in certain areas in our game plan, so it's not a case of the game plan not working, we're not executing at the level we need to. So we had a good meeting. Oh, sorry, Shutsy. We had a good meeting just then that the detail around our game plan at stoppage, as I said, was really good. But it's more of just switching on when the ball goes out to our transition patterns and making sure we're covering off. Because on the weekend we gave them too many easy targets, and I think in the first quarter we had all the footy in our play, in our front forward half because of our stoppage work, and then we get a bit lazy and they were able to kick through us and they get easy goals. So we really hurt ourselves in those fundamental areas. I'm not sure. He's done a bit of work last week, so obviously out of the sling was the first step, and moved around a bit with some strapping. So he'll have to work through with the physios this week, but I can't give you an answer on exactly where he's at. But obviously a guy we want to get back pretty quick.
There's been a few people who improved for Tex this week. Where do you sort of see his foot lap? Does he perhaps need a rest and go again?
Yeah, I think someone's going to be critical of Tex every week, no matter what he does. So something that we're getting used to, but we obviously love what Tex brings. Had a good game against Brisbane, but obviously, as I touched on, our fundamentals going forward have been really poor, and as a key forward, if we're not kicking the footy to the space he creates or where he wants it, and how is he going to do his job? So a bit falls back onto us to deliver the footy to him, but we know Tex is working really hard on his game.
What does it mean to have a run on the home deck after probably 2.5 weeks without it?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Obviously, we've still got go back up to the Gabba this week and play West Coast, but it's going to be great to obviously get back here and train here, and then go to Adelaide Oval and have a few fans there as well. It's going to be a great night.
You talked about the little wins and things you want to do right. Is there an acceptance after you start and seeing where you are with the competition that now we really are at the bottom of the ladder and trying to rebuild? Is that sort of an acceptance that you have going to be about this season?
Not really. No, I'd never accept losing. But we've, as you said, we've been about the process, and we have our scoreboard. Nixie talks about, the areas our KPIs that we want to hit, and if we're hitting those, we're going to win more games. And on the weekend was a case where we did hit our scoreboard and the KPIs we want to hit, but our fundamentals weren't good enough, and we missed a lot of easy goals, things like that. So we kick a bit better on the weekend, we win the game. It's pretty simple as that. So going forward, you don't want to do all the hard work, win the hard stuff, and then let ourselves down on the outside with our skills.
It's not my question, but it's a question that's going to have to be asked on behalf of other people. How much does the whole controversy that gets raised again and again about this camp, does that permeate at all to the playing group and the reactions? Do we have to go through this?
Nah, not at all. We've been pretty clear that we've moved on. We've got new coach, new footy program now. We've had a fresh start, and we're just focusing on, as I said, getting better each week and getting better as players, and how we can help the team in our roles and playing our role on the weekend. And we're not worried about that popping up anymore at all. Only when you have to answer questions. But no, honestly, we've put that way behind us now. So that's for the media to talk about. We're done with it. Yeah, well, there's no hiding. He's had a tough couple of weeks with his body. He's had a couple of knocks, but you know what Sloaney's like. He's going to get up each week no matter what. He finds a way, and even if he's not having a big influence on the game, we saw him go to the wing on the weekend, and he sets us up inside really well. Something I spoke about, we need to get our structure right. And for him to be on the outside of that stoppage, setting guys up, is something that's huge for us. So still able to bring his leadership, and then you see guys like Chase Jones and Miles Bowl get a run in the midfield is really good for us. Yeah, really good. You talk about morale, and a guy like Sloaney's just so positive, and obviously we're not going the way we want, but he comes into a room and he goes, well, what are we doing well? And he's able to really bring the energy. And as I said, we just had a meeting then. He comes straight out and he says, how good were the mids there? Like, you guys set up so well, those sort of things. So he really drives some positivity around the group, and that's his form of leadership. Yeah, he's been playing really well, Tice. So obviously been disappointing for him to, they're 4 games out, but I guess if that does happen, that Murph gets the one game, that Stengel looks a likely replacement, and he's been playing really good footy and earns his spot back. Yeah, he's been great, and as I said, the hub was really good for us, and he was able to get up there. He was doing lots of extras, some cross training, things like that. So saw some really good motivation from Tice to get his spot back, get the respect back.
Really unusual schedule this week, flying up on the same day as you play. What's your thoughts behind that?
It's definitely different. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, and a bit of a long flight and get up there and go straight into a game. So it's new for us. It's not ideal, but it's just something we have to deal with at the moment. And the performance staff Performance staff will put a lot in place for us to be ready to go, and different things on the plane and how we can manage, getting up, stretching on the plane, those little things that we can do to make sure we're ready. But it's a new world now, so we've got to be ready for it.